The next thing we're going to do is see how to download the iTunesU podcasts. Now these podcasts are going to happen and go along with your lecture guides. Okay, so remember this. Okay, and as part of this, there's going to be an online lecture. Okay, and there's going to be some sound that you need to hear. That sound is going to be contained on an iTunesU podcast. Okay, so what you'll do to obtain those podcasts is you see this link on the left, iTunesU. Right? Click on that. Okay, and a window's going to open. Might be a little slow. Whoop, this one was pretty fast. Look what happened. First I clicked on iTunesU. Then this window opened that said it was connecting to iTunesU, and opened all by itself was iTunes application itself. Here it is. Okay, and if you're using a computer that's not yours, or even a computer that is yours, I'm not sure if iTunes will be already installed. It may have to install itself. There should be prompts to do this. If it's not your computer and you need some kind of permission from the public place that you're using the computer, you'll have to work with the folks who are providing that computer service to be able to use iTunes. It's a pretty common application, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you're using a public computer, you will have to work with those folks to make sure that you can get the iTunes program going. So once you've done that, the thing to do is to make sure that you get to this Contra Costa College page. If it asks for a username and password, look in the lecture guide for that, and it'll show you what to type in there. Once you get to this page, you can click on Online Courses and Distance Education. Okay. And what we want is Biotechnology Dev. That stands for Biotechnology Development. Right? And there's this podcast download place. Okay, and what you can do is subscribe, which I think will download lectures every time I post them. But maybe a better thing to plan on doing is manually downloading them. And so what you can do is find the lecture, and this is lecture 1v1. You click on it, and then you can scoot over to the side, and click Get. And then that'll download that file, Biotech Lecture 1v1, to your iTunes browser, I guess I would call it. And it puts it, at least on mine, under these playlists here. You can see it made a little folder called Contra Costa College, and then it puts all the lectures in this thing called Biotech Dev Biotech. And then as you download the lectures, they're going to be put here. Okay? Hopefully that you're ready to go on that. If you have some problems, definitely email me and let me know of problems you encounter, or call. All right, and let's go back to WebCT now. And so we're imagining that you've downloaded the week's lecture. So on week 1, right? You've downloaded the week's lecture, and then you'll go to the activities, the lecture 1 guide or lecture 1 activities. And you'll be listening to that lecture on your MP3 player or whatever it is, and looking at the lecture slides. Okay, so this is like you're sitting in a classroom listening to a lecture, and that's what you'll do this week. Okay. The next thing to do is to take the quiz. So let's go ahead and look at how to take the quiz. So the quizzes are going to be in 2 places. There'll be the link to the quiz for the week under that week 1 table of contents, so we can click that. If you just want to get right to the quizzes, there's a link straight to the quizzes. But let's just click here. Okay, and this doesn't work for me since I'm not a student, but you'll get the quiz. And it'll look something like this. I don't know exactly what it'll look like for you, but you answer whatever you answer. I'm going to take your time, think about it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just basically a multiple choice quiz, and this week you have to get it 100% right. Other weeks you'll answer it the best you can, and you'll get the grade that you get. It's important to save each answer after you make your choices, and then